Hi everyone, it is July 2nd, 2017. I want to pass along a couple of videos about Illinois' financial crisis that really has gone from horrific to catastrophic. Sean of SGT Report points out that Illinois may very soon look like Venezuela. That is how bad it is in the state of Illinois. I will link below to all of these videos. If you have not seen them, please click on the link below, watch them, and circulate them. Because what is happening in Illinois is also happening in many states around the country. Remember Detroit went bankrupt? Well, now states are collapsing. I will link below to this video with Mike Adams talking about the financial collapse. And he posted it June 27. But in this video, Mike Adams points out, Illinois residents who are collecting a pension, let's say they're collecting $1,000 a month, they may soon be collecting $300 a month. Illinois residents are in for quite a shock, because when whole states collapse, the ripple effect, the trickle-down effects on every resident will be felt. But I will link below to the Money GPS's video that he just posted. Illinois is now guaranteed to collapse. Haircuts to pensions could happen. They will most likely happen. And I'll also link below to this article, which Sean talks about quite a bit. So, Zero Hedge posted this article yesterday, From Horrific to Catastrophic. Court ruling sends Illinois into financial abyss. The court ruling is, Illinois, you need to pay your bills. Problem is, Illinois doesn't have the money. So, we have state governments, not just Illinois, increasing taxes, income, the state income taxes, the property taxes. They try to get us every which way. They increase the fees and the fines. Department of Motor Vehicle increases fees. The police have quotas, issuing tickets on residents to increase the revenue into these departments. We are finding that at best, the government officials that we elect are grossly mismanaging the taxpayer money that they receive. At worst, they're putting a lot of that money into their pockets. The state of Illinois has outstanding approximately $15 billion in unpaid bills. And as of June 30, it can't pay its bills. Oops, we're in July. All right. You can check out this article, you can check out these videos to find out more specifics. I keep going back to this video, I'm sorry. Yeah, watch it. I'll link below to this too. Gavin, is it Seam? I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I don't even know what state he lives in, but it doesn't matter because all states are doing this. You know, I just paid $120 to renew my registration so that I could drive. I used to pay $50 to renew my registration. Gavin here in this video, and I don't really see this woman as flipping out. I just see her as a government worker. She simply wants to take her orders. She wants to do her job and then get rid of Gavin so that she can, service the people in line. But what is really important about this video is listening to the fees that he has to pay so that he can just simply drive his truck. Now, what was really pretty shocking was that this state, they used to have a standard licensing fee of $30. Now, that state changed it from a standard fee to a fee based on the weight of the vehicle. So Gavin, who used to pay $30, is now having to pay $132.75 just for the licensing. Then listen to all of the other fees. He's got to pay $24 for the place. He's got to pay $15 for state inspection. He's got to pay $37.50 to apply for a title. This is happening across the board. So they keep increasing the amount that they take from us, and yet it never seems to cure the financial difficulties, whether it's a local government or a state government, and we know what's happening with the federal government. So what I really want to show you is that even though this was based on a June 2016 report coming out of George Mason University, and I looked for 2017, they don't have it yet, but it might come out soon. You can right here put in the name of your state and see where it ranks in terms of solvency in the United States. Connecticut, one of the most wealthy states in our nation, ranks 50th. Connecticut is soon to become Illinois. Illinois soon to become Venezuela. States are collapsing. So Connecticut's financial situation is perilously unstable. And this was April 2017. Yes, Connecticut. It does rank 50th. This was based on 2016. So don't think, oh, well, 2016, I'm not even going to go there because, well, my state government may have corrected the problems. I can guarantee you that not one state is in any better shape today than they were a year ago. So here, well, in this article in Zero Hedge, it points out that it's not just Illinois, but I can't find that paragraph, but they talk about the other states that are in similar financial crisis, like Connecticut, like New Jersey, like Massachusetts. So let me just show you. All right, so that's Connecticut. Let's see where Illinois is in 2016. And now Illinois is manifesting the reality that it has been pretending it hasn't been living for years. Alabama. Why did it go to Alabama? Let's go to Illinois. Illinois, 47th in solvency. Okay? So what are the possible ramifications of this horrific to catastrophic financial collapse that the Illinois residents are soon to face? Well, individuals receiving state benefits, those benefits are going to be cut. Receiving pensions, your pensions are going to be cut. State government employees, well, you may be working 5 days, but you're only going to be paid 4 days. You know, I'm not saying that these are, what I'm saying is absolute fact and it's going to happen, but it could happen. Teachers, police departments, fire departments, schools will be facing cuts. Government services, garbage collection. Residents could be facing more tax increases, more increases in fees and fines, just so, you know, you can drive on the streets of Illinois. Private companies that contract with the state. Private vendors not getting paid. I mean, the trickle-down effects of a state going bankrupt are severe. So, what I'm saying to all of you is come over here, put in the name of your state. Maine is experiencing an awful lot of financial difficulty. Maine, such a small state. Where is that in its ranking? 43rd. Okay, so what is happening with Maine? Just now, The Maine governor rejects latest budget deal. He refuses to sign a budget that includes tax increases. So the government of Maine may be shutting down. And what has happened? An advocacy group has sued the state in federal court to ensure that public assistance payments continue uninterrupted if the government shuts down in Maine. Public assistance payments go out to 450,000 people in Maine. That's 1 in 3 residents in Maine. So, when you look at the deliberate destruction of the economy, and you look at how many people now are receiving government assistance when these states go bankrupt, oh my God. Those are the people who are going to get crushed. But that's our debt system. Debt systems are designed to crush individuals and crush governments, and that's what we are living now. You can go, and I'll link below, to the actual center that put out that report, and go look at the particulars of each state. So, what I was just showing you, where you can put in the state and find out, just generally speaking, how solvent it is in comparison to other states. And I do want to point out that Alaska, Nebraska, and Wyoming are listed as the best in terms of all the other states with their solvency. At the bottom of the list is Illinois, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. So once you put in the state and find out where it ranks, you might want to come over to this actual center and find out the particulars about your state. South Carolina is in pretty good shape. It ranks 18, but it also defines the measures that it uses for cash solvency, which is whether or not a state has enough cash to cover its short-term bills. And many states do not have enough cash to even cover its short-term bills. But the budget solvency measures whether a state can cover its fiscal year spending using current revenues. Long-run solvency measures whether a state has a hedge against large long-term liabilities. Service level solvency measures how high taxes, revenues, and spending are when compared to state personal income. Does the state have any fiscal slack? So if the state government is mismanaging its funds and comes up short, this measures whether or not there are enough residents receiving high incomes in which it can tax so that the state can increase its revenues. Taxation is theft. It is absolutely theft. It is stealing. And now this stealing of local governments, state governments, and the federal government, it is so obvious. So it pains me to see so many Americans just writing out their checks and throwing away their money to people who will mismanage their funds or steal their money. But the trust fund solvency measures how much debt a state has. How large are unfunded pension liabilities? So if you are somebody who receives a pension, that is research that you need to do in your own state, because every state has unfunded pensions. And we've already experienced an awful lot of states, having to decrease the amount that they are paying out to their pensioners because the money is just not available. So as I believe Sean, there I go to that video again. I believe Sean points out, Mike Adams points out, the importance of you protecting yourself, especially if you live in a state like Connecticut, Massachusetts, Illinois, New Jersey. And this is an area that I can't speak to, but I've heard an awful lot of people say invest in hard assets, gold, silver. Just do the research to make sure that when your state collapses, that you're in a pretty good position that you can continue surviving. All right, guys, I will link below to everything, and please do circulate those videos that I mentioned, like this one with Mike Adams. All right, ciao, guys.